Hey guys, Justin here. So, today's Wednesday, I was off my primary job, so I went out, was gonna make a little money, had a low goal set, I got some chores to do this evening like usual, but maintenance on my truck and tires and oil change and all that jazz. Had a couple hours to kill, so I thought, well, I'll go drive instead of sitting around. And I normally don't have a lot of gripes with Uber and Lyft. You'll see a lot of videos on other people's channels or on Facebook groups or whatever, and they're complaining about this and that. A lot of those complaints root back to where the people ain't got a backbone about themselves. This is your job, it's your time, it's your truck, you're a subcontractor. A lot of your complaints are about pay. They complain about the $4 rides. I'm not going to complain about the $4 rides because I don't take the $4 rides. One of those comes across, reject it. But today I had some issues, and I've had a couple before, so I thought I'd go ahead and make a video because it's bound to happen to you too. Like I said, I drive a Chevy Tahoe. I had a rider today for a little old lady. She was a sweet little old lady, but I pull up at the house, and it was an XL. I assumed it was originally an X, but it got upgraded because there wasn't any X drivers around. But I pull up, she comes out in the walker. I bless this lady's heart, she's probably 85 years old. So I get out, and she can't get in the truck. She physically cannot climb up into this Tahoe. And it's not lifted, it's just a standard LTZ Tahoe. So I mean, it sets up a little higher, but it's four-wheel drive and everything. But she could not physically get in the truck. I had to cancel. So I got a cancellation fee and all that, which didn't affect me too much. But that brought up the point of Uber and Lyft are now doing these medical transport rides. And it's people that should be going by an ambulance or by a medical transport company. Like I know in Knoxville we got ETHRA, it's East Tennessee Human Resources Agency. They've got a bunch of vans and like little mini buses that they transport people around. That's what these people need to be using. But Uber and Lyft are using us for that. And that's all fine and dandy. The problem is like that lady right there. She could not get in this truck. There was no notes saying, hey, lady's on a walker, yada, yada, yada. There's none of that. You just get the ride, then you get the message from this third-party company who is organizing this ride, and it says, do not deviate from this ride, don't add stops, yada, yada, yada. Then I had another one. This guy was a great guy. He was a veteran. Had a great conversation and stuff with him. But he was older, and he was not in the best health, and didn't leave a mess in my truck, but just left an odor in my truck that would not leave. And I had to go out of service to clean the truck to get the odor out of it. Not his fault. He's got some medical issues and everything. Not knocking anybody, because that could be any of us one of these days. Great guy, like I said, had a great conversation. Going back to saying that, Uber and Lyft are wanting us to take all of these medical transport trips because it's contracted. It's not like some frat boy puking in the back of the truck. You take a picture of it, you send it to Uber, and they credit you the cleanup fee. It's like $180. It's not like that with these contracts. These contracts, they don't want to lose their contract, and they don't want to charge these people more and lose that. So they're not going to help you out. Another thing is, like say you do an airport trip, you pull up to this house, guy comes out, has some luggage, you're going to hop out and you're going to help him load his luggage. I do. Then you're going to take him to the airport. You're going to get to the airport, you're going to open up the trunk, you're going to get the luggage out. And he's going to give you a good tip. Generally. These rides, you're going to pull up, they're going to come out in the walker, come out in a wheelchair, crutches. They're not in the best physical health, so they're going to need help getting in the truck. And Uber and Lyft are expecting you to do all of that extra for a minimum fare. I'm not about that. My main goal of this is to make money. I worked on an ambulance for years. Could go back to work on an ambulance if I wanted to. But I want to do this. These people need an ambulance. And these people can't tip. They're told that the ride is taken care of, everything is covered, and it's not even through them. So they don't even have the options yet other than them sliding you some cash. And they're so used to ambulances or medical transports that it's not even in their mind to do that. And on top of that, they're generally elderly people on a fixed income, and yeah, my main goal is to make money, but I'm not about taking, $5 from granny that lives on Social Security. That's dirty, and I'm not about that. So what they're trying to do is they're rolling in these added things that aren't rideshare, and it's not what Uber and Lyft are supposed to be about. And it's taken away from what we're supposed to be doing, adding extra work without extra pay. I can go into details on how you tell what these trips are. But generally, if I see one of those, and I can tell, some of them you can't tell until you accept it, and then you either got to take it or cancel it and get dinged for a cancellation. But sometimes when they pop up, you'll get to know the addresses to the doctor's offices, the hospitals. You'll recognize those addresses. Reject that. Reject it. Like I said, I hate that. That's going to maybe put those people in a bind, and they'll have to reschedule an appointment or whatever. But it's just putting us in a spot that we don't need to be in. And it's just going to evolve from there. So I just reject them the best I can. And if I get them, I'll do them. Also, a lot of problems with these two is on Lyft. If you get one of them, you pull up this person's house, you text, which I always text. As soon as I accept a ride, I text and say I'm X minutes away. 10 minutes away. Then when I get there, I text, I'm here. I'm in a red Tahoe. Blah, blah, blah. And a normal rider will get those texts on their phone. These people don't. Those texts go to the third party who set up the ride. And in my experience, they don't even look at those texts. When you arrive, they get the notification that you're there, and they call your rider and let them know. Well, then you get this problem, say they're not ready, or you get 5 minutes to wait on them. Well, your 5 minutes is up, you go to cancel, get the cancellation fee, you have to call them before you can cancel. So then you call, you get hold of this third party. This third party's like, well, we're going to have to call them. At that point, I cancel the ride. So, it's not right, but it's also a position that Uber and Lyft are putting us in as drivers. Putting us in a position that we shouldn't be in. So, yeah, just be careful taking the medical trip rides. And maybe there's a solution that maybe one day Uber and Lyft can put that in as an option, where you go in, Comfort, X, XL, what have you, and you can select to do medical transports. But it's just putting us drivers in a spot that we don't need to be in, and expecting us to do extra work with less pay. Alright, well, hope y'all enjoyed that rambling. Stay safe, take care.